Jamin, what's up, man? How's it going? I haven't started using the MA yet, but basically I'll be using the MA to launch samples, which I then record into the MPC 2000 XL. So no sequencing or anything with this. I'm basically just using it as like a sample library to load up like drums and all that sort of stuff. Yep. Nice. So yeah, it takes kind of a while to load up new projects on the MPC 2000 XL. So we're going to switch over to M8 while I load up the next one. It's a beast. You can tell how massive it is. I had to like zoom out my camera for it to fit on in the frame. The freaking M8 is like so small compared to it. Yeah, this thing's dope though. Yo, Simon Labor, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, dude, we're gonna be rocking out on this thing today. Right now it's loading the project up, so give it a minute. And we're listening to M8 right now. So loaded the samples, now I gotta load the project, or sequence, I mean. Nice. See if I can do this gracefully. Dude, I appreciate that, Simon. And then B-Jammin says, gonna get some M8 tutorials for ambient. That's the main thing I want with it. Nice. Yeah, man. There's a lot of like longer videos out there. Yeah, you'll find a lot of longer videos, like people kind of showing like the full workflow, but some of those videos are like, yeah, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's kind of tough to find just like, I don't know, quick workflow videos. And even my videos too, like I'll try to make them short, but it's usually about like a specific topic, like how to use the sample editor or how to, you know, do X, Y, and Z. So yeah, workflow stuff is a little bit tough to find good videos on. But if you keep asking around and looking around, I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Simon asked, did you pick up the Live 3? I did not pick up the Live 3. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of cool videos about it and stuff, but I actually haven't ever used like one of the newer MPCs, like the MPC 1 or the Live or Live 2. I've like never even touched those. I only know how to use the like legacy ones, like the 2000 XL and then the MPC 4000. So yeah, I've seen a lot of cool people talking about it and stuff, but I don't know, it hasn't really sparked my interest too much, but I'll keep an eye on it and see like, you know, what people do with it and stuff. And yeah, it could be my next entry into the MPC arena, because yeah, I literally have never used any of the newer ones. I've only used like these big old clunky old ones, which are a ton of fun. I love making beats on these things, but have not gotten the Live 3, to answer your question. Even label these tracks. I have no idea what's going on here. So the drums, presumably. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like a DAW almost, in a sense. So yeah, it's a good comparison. DAW in a box is what I've heard people say about like the newer MPCs. Seems pretty chill. Yeah, more about workflow and efficiency. That's good insight, BJ. Appreciate you saying that. Or sharing the knowledge, I mean. Because yeah, with those things, it's kind of like, yeah, you have so many capabilities, you're kind of like able to do basically DAW stuff in it, as opposed to things like this, where it's a little bit more like, you kind of got to stay in your lane, almost, which is like not a bad thing. It all depends on like what kind of inspires you to be creative and stuff like that. All right, well, that was a couple beats on 2000 XL and a couple on M8, but I think we're good to get started with the session. So let me go ahead and load up a new project here. Or shoot, I don't even, to be honest with you, I can't even remember how to like start from a clean slate. Usually I just turn it off and turn it back on. I think I'll do that actually. All right, let's erase the memory here. Bing, bang, boom. Beautiful, clean slate. Okay, and then yeah, while this is booting up, it actually boots up quite quickly. So yeah, it's already done. I can explain kind of the setup and routing and that sort of thing, because I know folks might be curious about that. But oh yeah, let me check out the chat here. Simon Labor says, I'm afraid it's too much. I like machines with specific purposes, like the Ambient Zero and the XT. Yeah, that's the thing. You either, yeah, work in the limitations or kind of like find your own flow in the more sandbox, open style gears and stuff. So yeah, definitely something to think about when you're thinking about picking stuff up. But yeah, okay, so audio routing situation here. We've got something interesting going on, as per usual. So yeah, the plan is to make beats on the MPC 2000XL. So this is going to be kind of the main sequencer, sampler, powerhouse, etc. for today's session. But you'll see I do have M8 here, which I'll be using to launch samples that I basically record into this. This thing, you can use memory to like load samples from like I have a compact flash card in this thing, so it has like, you know, whatever, some space on there. But it's a lot easier to just use a device like this to kind of load stuff up. You could probably use Koala Sampler too, or, you know, whatever else, even DAW, if you can find a way to get the audio out of your computer into this thing. So that's what M8 is for. It's just going to be for loading samples that I record into here. Although there is something weird that I had to do with regards to the audio routing. So basically with this thing, you can't hear what's coming in on the inputs and hear the beat playing at the same time. You can only do one or the other. So you have to go to Shift Sample, and then this turns on the monitoring, which allows you to hear what you're recording into it. But you can't have this going while the sequence is playing, which is kind of a bummer because it's, I don't know, with my workflow, I usually like to listen to the sounds as the beat's playing to see if they like match and stuff. So I ended up like doing this kind of janky audio routing thing using this stereo audio selector. Oh man, this is like so janky. But yeah, check it out. So basically what you can do is if you push one of these buttons, that's upside down. If you push one of these buttons, it basically changes the routing. So if I push this, it's going to send whatever's plugged into input 1 to the output. And then if I push this, it's going to skip this one and just send input 2. Push 3, and then it's just going to send 3. So that's basically the principle of it. It's very simple, just like analog switcher, basically. And so what I've got it set up as is the M8 is sending its output, and I can either send it to the MPC 2000XL, which would be to record it in, or I can switch it and then send it to my mixer. And then when it's going to the mixer, I can hear it while the beat's playing. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of complicated, but that's basically what I'll be doing with it. And no matter what's happening, I can hear it. I just need to switch this if I want to record it. It's basically the long and short of it. So that's why I've got that thing set up there. You'll see me clicking buttons on it. Got this at the thrift store for probably like $2 or something. So definitely easy to find those. You can probably find them on Amazon as well. But that's kind of why I've got this dealio set up here. And then, all right. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And we'll record in the melodic sample that I'll be using today. So let me just find that. Melodic sample, ¿dónde está? Oh yeah, it's called Eerie World, 88 BPM, minor B. We'll take a look here. Okay, so you all should be able to hear it, but I cannot, so I have to do a switch. No, it's not doing it. What's this all about? Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I have to switch it. So now you can see the levels. I'm gonna turn it up though. Oh man, this is like such a nightmare routing situation. Alright, so now I'm ready to record it in. I don't know exactly how long it is, so I'll just crank this to like 30, I'll do 40 seconds. Okay, record. Wow, not too bad. Okay, so let's play it. Sounds good. So we're gonna keep it. Okay, and then go ahead and go to Shift Sample, or oops, Shift. Man, it's been a while since I used this thing. Shift Trim, which brings you to the sample edit screen. And then from here, it's going to take a while to load the waveform. But yeah, this is what we're working with. Press window, you can zoom in. Nice. So let's get chopping. I gotta count how many bars it is, or what you call it. 2. All right, so it's 32. What you call it? Beats. Yeah, so that's 2 bars. And then I have to go to, I might have to truncate it first actually, since I changed the start point. Oh, let me check the end point too. Because yeah, it's all very important that the stuff is like precisely at the start and the end so that the auto chop will work. Okay. Okay, there's the waveform. So I just gotta find the end of it. Here we go. Nice and slow. Okay, there it is. All right. So close it, edit, discard. I believe that's the truncate function. Let me just check though. Don't want to reverse, silence, delete. Okay, yeah, discard. So this is basically going to keep what's within the selection. So it started with the recording a little bit early, and then when I ended the recording, it wasn't exactly when the sample ended, so I got to truncate it. Now that I've done that, I do want to do some like basic kind of housekeeping stuff here. So the first thing is changing the name of the file. So I want to have it be organized in a certain way where it's like, I just know very basically if it's like a snare drum or a kick or the sample chops or whatever. So with the sample chops specifically, I usually always just call these a loop. So LP, L, where's the P at? Oh, here we go. And then I'll do 1, 0, and then delete the rest. Oh wait, actually I won't even put the numbers. Because the first thing I need to do is chop it in half, because it can only do like 16 slices at a time, and there's 32, or I want it to have 32 slices. So I'm just going to call it LP, enter. Maybe I'll do an exclamation point there. Or wait, that's not necessary. How do you rename this thing? Here we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, now what I need to do is go to zone, I think. And I want to change it to where there's only 2 zones. Yeah, number of zones. So you go to the zone number and then you press open window. The window button is kind of like it usually just gives you like more options based on what you have selected and stuff. So it's something I'll be using frequently. So yeah, I only want to do 2. And I want to basically chop the sample in half. And then from there, each half I'll slice into 16 parts. So let me just make sure this like sounds fine. Yeah, seems good. So edit, slice sound, no end of margin. The end of margin basically, I think it'll add an extra bit of space in the chops, or maybe it'll like kind of merge what's next with it. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. And create new program, no. So right now it's just chopping it in half. It's going to create 2 new samples. One is the first half, the other one's the second half. Dude. Yeah, Simon says XT is so good. Jay has a ton of good videos on it. Dude, I appreciate you saying that, Simon. And then B Jammin says, I see Jay killing it with the XT and M8. Dude, appreciate that. Yeah, man. Those things it's a bomb combo, or use them individually. A lot of possibilities for sure. All right, so we've got our sample chopped here, and you'll see now I had the original file, LP. It's probably hard to see, but I have to have the screen angled so I can read it. Now there's LP1, this is the first half, and there's LP2, second half. So let's do the first half first. So yeah, I'm gonna put an exclamation point at the end here, because basically when you do the slices, it just puts a number at the end. So it's good to put something in between the numbers. You can kind of like see, you know, which sample you're slicing, I guess is the best way to describe it. All right, and then same deal as before, go to zone. This time, make sure there's 16 zones, because that's the most that it can kind of auto chop or whatever. Do it. And then now I can listen to the zones by pressing this button. Actually, it doesn't sound too bad. I think since I sliced it in half perfectly, it like kind of lines up pretty well. So I'm not going to mess around too much more with this. We're going to slice it, but this time I will create a new program. So it'll basically automatically assign the slices to a program, which we can then play using the pads here. So we're going to click do it. And something to note here is that the slice function is destructive in the sense that it's going to create new samples that will then be their own kind of like files or whatever. So we still have the original in case I want to reslice it, but the slices end up becoming new wave files basically. So it's kind of like SP404 Mark II, if you're familiar with that. It'll create like a new sample, and it's not going to be referencing like the full sample basically. All right, so it seems like it did that pretty quick. Let's just check and see. Nice. So yeah, we've got all 16 of our LP exclamation points, which is good. So that's the first half of the sample. Let's take a listen and see what that sounds like. I think there's a way to set it up to where they'll cut each other off. Maybe, let me double check in the program. It's been a while since I've done this. So yeah, this says mode normal. No, that's not it. Parameters. Oh, here we go. So this says overlap, poly. I think if I set this to mono, it'll basically, they'll choke each other out. But you have to do it for every single pad. So it's like, press it, turn it, press it, turn it, press it, turn it. No, it's not setting it to a choke group like I thought it would. It's just cutting itself off. Yeah, I think the MPC 2000 XL does not support having choke groups, and you kind of just have to like time stuff right. It's kind of tricky. So another thing we could do is just have it be node off, and then I can kind of try to release it in a way that like it lines up. Maybe I'll try that. And we really gotta beat these pads. I know you probably hear it in the mic. Sorry if that sounds obnoxious. me check up on the chat here. B Jammin says, right now my focus is upgrading my Omnisphere version from 2 to 3. I saw a video about that, Omnisphere 3. Seems tight. I guess it's like a VST that has like a lot of different instruments and stuff. I've been dipping my toes in the VST stuff, so I might have to check that out and see what kind of cool sounds they got on there. But yeah, I think it's got like just a bunch of different like presets and other stuff that you can kind of mess around with, which sounds sick. And then T-Tur says, nice one. Going back to the legendary 2000 XL, my favorite machine, which I still use to this day. Dude, that's what's up. I might be asking you some questions, dude. You better watch out. Because, yeah, I haven't used this in a while, but we're working on it to get refamiliar. All right, so we've got the sample on here. I'm going to do the other half of the sample as well. Just slice that up while we're in the slice mode here. There's a lot of prep involved on this thing. All right, so exclamation point after it. Go to zone. It's already set to 16 zones. Sounds pretty chill to me. So edit, slice, and then we're not going to create a new program. I have to do something different with this one. Because yeah, you can only have 4 programs on the MPC 2000 XL, I think. So I just want to add these slices to the program that I already had set up. So we're going to go back to main, shift program, drum 1, which is the sample chops. And then from here, I press the B button to get to the B bank. And then now there's no sounds loaded to them. So I'm going to load the extra 16 slices onto this part. And yeah, for now, I'm just going to kind of put number 16 on all of them. And then now I can go backwards and kind of like make sure that each one has like the correct number on it. So this should be 16. This is 15, 14, 13, 12, oops, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost done. Oh, this doesn't have anything on it. 3, 2, and then 1. So did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, okay, nope. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cool. Yeah, so with this thing, with this device in particular, there's a lot of like, yeah, kind of stuff that you have to do manually like that. Like for example, if I wanted to change the pitch of all of the slices, I would have to adjust this tuning parameter for each pad. So you can't do it all at once, you do it for each pad. So that's -2 semitones. We'll keep it normal for now. Okay, so we've got the sample slices loaded in. I think I will try to get some drums saved in first and then do the chops after. So probably should have done that first. Okay, so shift sample, or I kind of want to hear the drums and the melodic stuff playing at the same time. Probably not that big of a deal though. So yeah, I'll just load some drums in. All right, what do we got here? Samples. Could just do a drum break just to keep it simple. Or I could do one shots like I like to do. Let's do one shots. Stick to the program here. This one sounds kind of sick. Did not need to record it twice, so I'm going to retry. Sounds kind of weird when it starts. don't know what's up with that. Guess I'll just do it twice. All right, keep it. Shift trim. And then yeah, this, I did record it twice like I said, so we're gonna just do the second one. I gotta turn my M8 up so this thing is louder. Set it to FF. See, see if I give a F. All right, and then just need to trim this out. Close, edit, discard. And then yeah, I'll name this one snare, or I'll just call it SR. All right, so I gotta go to the program. Drum 1 has the sample chops on it, so we're gonna use drum 2. And then on drum 2, I'll just have the snare be, I guess, this pad. And then I have to go to a new track. Do track 5, so I'll start the drums up here. So these can be like the sample chops, basically. So track 5 needs to be drum 2. There we go. And then yeah, maybe I'll just do something super basic for this. Oh, it's 120 BPM. Come on. Let's get this down to, I mean, I know the sample's 88 BPM. I'm probably going to pitch it down though, so let's do like 86. All right, now let's find a kick drum next. And yeah, just using M8 to load in all these samples. Oh, I gotta do this. Sounds pretty chill. But yeah, so if I do shift sample, it doesn't let me. So that's why I've got the audio routing set up in kind of a goofy way. So I have to stop the section, or sequence I mean, shift sample. Oh yeah, and then now I gotta do this routing thing, I swear. Ooh. Booming. I have to turn it down a little bit actually. All right, that should be good. Yeah, for some reason it always janks up the first time I play it. I don't know what's up with that. It probably has to do with this like box, but it's all good. Keep it, shift trim. Nice. So edit, discard. And then I want to stay organized here, so I'm going to name it KCK. I think you can only name it like, oh wait, it's pretty long. I was going to say only 8 characters, but it seems like it might be like 16 or something. Okay, enter, close. And then yeah, just like before, shift program, drum 2, which has my drums on it. And then I'll put the kick here. Oh yeah, so track 5 has the snare on it, so I need to change the track. I mean, I could have the kick and the snare on the same track, but I want to keep them separate so I can do like track mutes and stuff. So we'll do track 6, change it to drum 2. Classic rookie mistake. I had the quantize on, so I gotta turn that off. Timing, 1/16th. Turn it off. All right, let's try that one more time. I think that's pretty all right. Dang, I do want to adjust the kicks to make them a little bit quieter as like ghost notes. Editing the sequence data is like kind of annoying though. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. All right, so I think you have to go to step. Boom. And so this is showing you all of the steps that are programmed on the track. So you kind of have to like look around for them. Yeah. So because if you click step, you basically can cycle through what bar you're starting on. So there's 1 and 2. It's only a 2-bar loop. And then from here, it's like the beat. And then this is like the micro timing. And I think it's 96 parts per quarter note. So it goes from 0 to 95. And so basically the note triggers will live somewhere in here, but you have to hunt for them. But an easy way to find them would be to listen for them and then keep an eye on this value in the corner, and then you can use that as a reference to find it. So right now I'm looking for the ghost note kicks, the ones that are like kind of quieter and come before the kicks that are on like the beat or whatever. So it's like somewhere around here. Step. So this is the kick that's like on beat, quote unquote. It's a little early, but this is where it's at. Velocity is 127. This is the ghost note. So this one I'll just reduce to like, I don't know, 60. Yeah, that would be at like half volume basically, 63. It's a little subtle. Maybe I'll try doing like 40 on the other one. Oh yeah, let me try and find the other one. So it's somewhere around here. Okay, here it is. So yeah, let's try, I don't know, 45, I guess. Now I'll probably do that last one at lower volume too. Stop. Pretty chill. All right, so let's get a hi-hat in here as well. This one sounds kind of cool. Yeah, let me just normalize it so it's loud enough. All right, and then we're going to record it in. Wait. Nice and loud, and it's always better to get a stronger signal and then reduce it than get something too quiet, because, yeah, I don't think this thing has a normalize function. I'll double check that, though. I can't remember specifically. But anyways. Shift trim. Just take the second one. Edit, discard. So yeah, let's see if there's a normalize. It would be somewhere around here. Discard, insert, delete. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Discard, loop, section, new sound. Oops. Insert sound, delete, silence, reverse, time stretch. Ooh. Dude, that seems really odd that it doesn't have a normalize function. I feel like that was pretty standard fare as far as like the Akai, like the rack mounted samplers. They generally had something like that. Okay. But yeah, we've got this in here. So let's take a look here. I have to add it to the program, as we are wont to do. Oh, let me change the name of it too. Shift trim, window. Just call it HT for hat. And it's like way louder than the kick and the snare. So I'm going to, in the program, reduce the levels of it in the parameter screen. Somewhere around here. Maybe it's not in the parameter screen. Assign. It's not here either. Yeah, where would you make it quieter? I feel like this would be it. Frequency, tune. Don't want to press auto, nor do I want to press purge. What about drum? MIDI value. Dang, that's weird. I thought there was a level control here. I guess not, though. There's another thing we can do, though, which is pretty classic as far as like the older MPCs goes, which which is called 16 levels. So basically, I've been using full level this whole time, so it's just playing as loud as possible. But if you do 16 levels, it'll basically allow you to have these pads correspond to different like volumes. And you've probably seen this on like other devices and stuff. It's pretty common these days. Nice. So that's a way to control the volume without being able to adjust it on the program screen, which I totally thought you could do. Oh yeah, there's a volume for the track as well. I forgot about that. Or velocity percentage. I don't know. We'll mess around with it once I get this recorded in. Something like that, I guess. Kind of falls off at the end there. It loops a little bit weird. Most of it sounds good though. Boy. It's like, I don't know if it's going to take more time to try to find the steps in step edit or just record a new take, but let's try to find the steps. I feel like the first one I just need to push back a little bit. Maybe I'll do, oh man, I forget how to do this. I think you have to copy the step and then move it later. I'll try pasting it like here on like 8. And then delete this one. Delete, I say. All right, let's see what that does. Dang, it sounds super janky. Maybe I'll just straight up delete it and leave it open. Looks like not bad. Yo, Edra, what's up? Welcome. How's it going? All right. So yeah, and then what I was thinking is like, I think this velocity percentage parameter allows you to like bring all of the sounds on the track down. Yeah, so it brings it down even further. Totally screwed that up. Maybe if I just have it show up at the same step as the kick, it'll sound fine. Where's the first kick drum at? It's on 5. Okay, so yeah, let me just put a hi-hat on 5, see what that sounds like. So track 7, step. I'm on 5 already. Dang, now I kind of want to move the next one. Gosh, this is like, it's cascading here. Okay. So the next one's on 36. What does it sound like on 2, 3, 36? 14. 39. Maybe I just have to move it to 39. So yeah, copy. Try 34, I guess. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, so we got a basic rhythm section. I think we're good to get back to the sample chops. So let's take a listen to those. Oh, bro, I've been on bank B the whole time. Whoops. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, I gotta turn 16 levels off. Yeah, let me get these back on one-shot mode. Parameters. I did bring the tempo a little bit lower than what the sample was at, so let's decrease the pitch of these. We'll try 2 semitones to start. Trying to do it too fast. Nice, did it all right. Okay, so let's see what this sounds like. All right, so let's do that. I'll leave timing correct off, but I might re-record it with it on if it sounds like complete garbage. So let's see what I can do here. Yeah, let me just turn it on because it's kind of tough to make it work. What's this all about? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I was gonna see if maybe adding a filter would make it sound interesting. Yeah, there's only a low pass filter on the MPC 2000XL, but it gets the job done. And this creates a lot of room on the top so I can add more samples and stuff. Let's get some more samples in the mix. What else we got? That's kind of sick, actually. Screw it, let's get it recorded in. Okay, shift sample. Oh yeah, I gotta do this thing now. Switcheroo. Nice and loud. Oops. Chill. So shift trim, and we got to do some work here. Take it to the crop shop. And then trim off the end too, because there's definitely, it like played twice when I was recording it, so I want to get that ending part out of here. Okay, this should be fine. Edit, discard, do it. Okay, and then I'm also going to change the name of this file so I don't lose track of it. HRN. Yeah, when I'm naming samples on this, it's usually just like 2 or 3 letters, just so I kind of like know what it is, and it doesn't just say like sound 1, sound 30. Like that's kind of a nightmare to manage. Okay, so we've got this thing here. I have to add it to a program. I'll put it on the same program that the drums are on, which are all on page B. So I'll just put it in the top right corner, I guess. And then I might set it to like gate mode too, so I can kind of let off of it and not just have it play as a one shot. We'll see how that sounds. So I set it to note off. Dang. And yeah, there's a low pass filter, but there's not a high pass filter. There's definitely some bass on this sample, so hopefully it's in clash, but we'll figure it out. Oh, I could do 16 levels with it. Because yeah, I kind of want to turn it down a little bit. So 16 levels. Oh, bro, that sounds kind of sick. What's tricky about it though is that if you have the notes overlap, it just stops playing altogether. So listen. Oh wait, it's not doing it. Well, I don't want them playing at the same time. Maybe I have to set it to mono mode. It's kind of weird, like when you let off the notes, sometimes it just cuts itself off. You have to have impeccable timing, which is not a problem. Okay, so let me do shift program and try changing it to, crap, I have it set to note off, which I want. I was going to try and change this to mono so it would cut itself off, but I definitely need the note off. Okay. Yeah, so I want this to play, but it needs to be more than 2 bars. It needs to be 4 bars. So I think there's an easy way to kind of just copy stuff, but I can't remember. Change bars, insert. Oh, bro, I think I might have to just copy everything one by one. Okay. So let's do, instead of 2 bars, we'll do 4 bars. Do it. And that's going to change it for the entire sequence. So everything that I have recorded, I'll have to just clone out or copy out, which I don't think is that hard to do. Let's see. I think, oh crap, did I just change something? Nope. Okay. So yeah, now I think if I press window on bar, I feel like there's a way to like copy and paste stuff, but I can't remember how to do it. It's probably around here somewhere. Default track, on, yes, program, velocity. All right, what happens if I do insert? After bar 2, because there's 2 bars right now. One to 2. All right, so I think what this is saying is that after bar 2, I'm going to insert 2 bars. The first bar is bar 1, and the second bar is bar 2. I don't know. Let's see what this does. Do it. Shoot, now it made it 6 bars. Ugh. Truncate. Do it. Yeah, there's nothing on bars 3 and 4. Definitely a way to copy this out. I just don't know how to do it. Maybe I'll try... insert the first bar on bar 2, or 3 I mean, and last bar on bar 4. No, that didn't do it either. Maybe it's in the step menu. Let's try that. So go to step, and then auto step increment. No. Copy is just going to copy the step number. I don't know what insert does. Note, no. Timing correct. Copy. Yeah, there's definitely a way to do it. What is song mode? Nope. Sample, trim, load, misc, program, mixer, other. Yeah, I could have swore it was in this change bars menu, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, edit. Duh. Alright, so yeah, you press the edit button. Boom. And then this allows you to copy stuff. So basically, I want to copy from 1 to 2, because that was my original sequence, but the end of 2, so 2, 4, 95. And I want to copy all the notes, and I want to place them starting at bar 3. So this is kind of like the way to copy it, or clone it out, I guess. I don't know if it's just going to do it with a single track, or if it's going to do everything. So let's just hit do it and see what happens. Okay, now let's go to bar 4, or 3 I mean. So it just did the sample chops, it didn't do the drums. That's fine though. Alright, so now we'll do the drums. 5 is the snare, which is pretty simple sequence anyways, but we'll still just do the same deal. Edit, copying 1 to 2, and then we're going to start it at 3. Do it. Nice. And then I have to do that with the kick one as well. Edit. These are the charms of working with older MPCs. You have to do a lot of this kind of stuff. It builds patience, that's for sure. All right, and then do it. And then I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm just going to do it. Edit. Copy to the end. And then start it at 3. Okay, so now it should be a 4-bar loop instead of a 2-bar loop. Cool. And now I can do that horn section that I was thinking of. 2 bars. Or 4 bars, I mean. I have a good idea though. See how wonky it behaves? Like I definitely recorded multiple notes, but for some reason they're like not coming in. All right, so I gotta just do some basic corrections here. So there should be 2 horns there, but there's only 1. So step edit. Whoa. Yeah, where did the horns show up? So 2. This is the first one. Here's the second one. Oh, the first one's on 0, 0, and the duration's 59. The next one's on 48. Okay, so this is the annoying part. So the fact that one of them is spanning past another for some reason, even though I definitely let go of it, you saw me, is making it so it's like just stopping the note altogether. So I have to go to this one. Oh, bro, is quantize on? Oh, dude, I had quantize on. That's probably why it's jacked up. All right, let's try it one more time. Perfect. Yeah, and I kind of wanted to play the horn sample at a different pitch too, which is also kind of challenging with this because playing samples chromatically requires you to like create this chromatic key group thing, which is like, it takes up a whole, program, and you only have 4, I'm pretty sure. So I don't want to do that. So I'll basically just go to Shift Program, and we've got our horn sample here. I have to turn 16 levels off. Shift Program, Drum, Horn, and then I'll just do a copy of it basically. So we've got this one in the corner. We'll do it again, Horn. Change it to note off. And then here I can change the tune so that this one down 2 semitones. See what that sounds like. layer. What else we got? This guitar sounds kind of tight. There's some other stuff going on here, so I probably have to hit it with the filter while it's on M8 before I save it here, because there's only the low pass filter. So yeah, let me save a copy of this thing. And then I can adjust the filter settings on M8. So yeah, I'll listen to it with the loop playing just to hear what sounds best. Nice. So I think I got the sonics right. And I can always use the low pass filter on the MPC 2000 XL to kind of rein it back a bit if I need to do that. All right, so I got to do my routing here. Ta-da. Yeah, let me turn off the threshold recording. I guess you set it to infinite. I don't know if that does it. Nice. Pretty chill. Shift trim. I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit here. Yeah, something wonky's going on with the threshold recording, so I'm just gonna like skip it. All right, edit, discard. And I'll change the name of this so I know what it is, GT or guitar. Then I have to add it to my program. Oops, gotta turn off 16 levels. Shift program. Probably do note off on it just so I can control it if I need to. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can do this 16 levels, but it does it by pitch. It's kind of an easy way to play things chromatically, actually. we'll just keep it, what you call it, velocities for now. So yeah, I do want to do something a little more interesting with the melody because it's the same pitch over and over again. So maybe pitch it down a little bit. I don't know if I can do that in the step edit menu, but I'm going to try it out. All right, so this is where the second guitar comes in. Oh yeah, and there's a tuning parameter. Interesting. So let's try -2 semitones. And this was 2191. I'm going to remember that. Yeah, so we'll do that with the other one too. Sounded pretty chill. What the heck? Where is it? Maybe it's on the next, what you call it? Oh yeah, here it is. And then tuning, -20. All right. What else we got? Dope, but it might be a little too busy, I'm not sure. when in doubt, record it in. So that's what we're gonna do. Shift sample. Maybe I'll do high pass on it too, just to like make sure I'm not screwing things up here. All right, that'll be chill. Okay, so record. Sounds pretty good. Shift trim. Gonna name it. Maybe I'll just spell this one out. P-I. Oh, PJ? What the hell? Where's the N? What am I missing? Oh, here it is. All right. So we got the piano here. Close. Just got to trim it out. Oh yeah, and then I have to add it to the program as well. Shift program. Put it right here. And then yeah, this one I won't set to gate mode. I'll just have it be mono so it cuts itself off. Dang, yeah, I totally screwed up the timing there. All right, I got it here. I do want to adjust it just a little bit. Change the endpoint. See what that sounds like. Maybe a little bit earlier. bad. All right. Let me see if I can add like a drum break to kind of layer and bring a little bit more movement to the rhythm section, because I feel like a filtered drum break underneath the one shots might sound kind of interesting. Similar tempo, but it doesn't really sound good. This one's kind of interesting. Might be able to make it work. Dang, that piano run sounds sick. All right, shift sample. Oh, there it is. Dude, Matt Jacob, what's up, man? Sexy beats on the sexy machine, dude. This thing is such a bulky monster. Yeah, just look at it next to M8. It's like, it makes M8, it dwarfs it in comparison. All right, so let's do the old switcheroo here. Nice. Oh, whoops. Beautiful. All right, shift trim. And yeah, I'm not doing the threshold, so we have to kind of set this in manually, which is not a problem. And yeah, I do plan on slicing this, so I do need to make sure the start and the end point are correct. Whoa, what did this do? Yeah, this thing's dope, for sure. Set it back a little bit too. Oh. Yeah, this waveform display is, it's got its charm, that's for sure. Ugh. Okay, I think this is close to the true end. There we go. Yeah, I'm basically looking for like little sprinkles, basically. I think that should be fine. All right, close, edit, discard. And then just like before, we gotta take it to the zone, the trim zone. And then, yeah, I think this is 16. Oh wait, I just do this. Yeah, play zone. Actually lines up really well. Okay. Oh, I gotta change the name of it too. Piano 2? No way. We're gonna call it BRK, as in drum break. BRK all day. And then I'll put an exclamation point after it as well. Enter, close. Okay, so yeah, now I can do edit. And then I've got a decision point here, which is whether I want to make a new program or add these in manually. I'm going to hit no, do not create a new program, so that I can keep those spaces open if I want to use programs for other things. Because I already have two programs. One has like the one shots, the other one has the sample chops and stuff. Dude, Matt Jacob said this was your first MPC? Dude, that's dope. Yeah, man, we have a similar background. This wasn't my first, but it was like the first one that I like really got heavy into. My first one was actually an MPC 4000, which that thing was freaking nuts. Super massive. But this is one that I like really jived with. The 4000 I used quite a bit, but this one I probably used a lot more in the long run. Okay, so let's go shift program. The drums are on drum 2. And I've been on B bank this whole time, so I'm going to go back to A. Nothing here. And so I'm going to do what I did before, which is just like put slice 16 on every single pad. So they should all have slice 16 on them. And then now I'm going to work backwards and kind of bring it 15, 14, 13, you know, etc. So it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so it should all be good now. So let's hear how it sounds and if it plays nice with the rest of the rhythm section. I don't think I've used this track yet. Track 8. Let me check. Track 8 is unused. So let's go to track 8. Maybe I'll bring the pitch on these down. Oh, whoops. Shift program. Let's try 1 semitone. So 1 button's a little sticky. Nice. Okay, so they're all down 1 semitone. Trying to figure out how I want to layer this in. Let's just try that, see how that sounds. Alright, so let me adjust some of these pitches here. Seems like negative 30 or 3 semitones is kind of what I was going for here. Then I had the filter at 80. Sounds kind of funky. Let me try doing a brand new recording of it. Kind of screwed that up. This one I want to change. This one. Yeah, I want it to be A8. So I'm going to delete this one. Get it a little buried in the mix there. not too bad. Yeah, I ended up scrapping the drum break. Kind of sounded a little funky. Okay, so let's do some housekeeping here. And I'm going to name some of these tracks so I know what they are, which will be very handy when I come to reference this in the future if I want to like export it or do whatever. So track 9 has the horn. HRN, keep it nice and simple here. And then what is track 10? It's the guitar. And then track 11, it's that piano run, I think. Oh, whoops. Close. All right, and then what else we got? These are the drums. So I know 5 is the snare, 6 is the kick, 7 is the hi-hat, so that'll be easy. And then 1 is the sample chops. So we'll just call it a loop. All right, look at that. I go to the track mute page and it's all nice and organized. Beautiful. Forgot about the chops on the second page, which I did not even adjust the pitch of. So let's do that really quick. This 2 button is like janky. And then I'm also going to mute the horn too, because it's kind of distracting. Horn, mute. And then loop should be muted. Oh yeah, I had a filter on it too. Crap. Okay. Shift program, drum. What was the filter? It was at 60. So we're gonna go to page 2, set it to 60. All right, let's see. I was gonna try and play like a B section in with the other sample chops that I did earlier, but I think I'll leave it off. That lead kind of like clashes with some of the other sounds, I feel like. So I think it's pretty fine just the way it's at. We've got enough movement with these extra layers that I think we can kind of just get away with it being a little bit loopy. So not too bad. So yeah, this is probably how it would be arranged. It would start off without the horn, maybe without the drums too. Nice. All right. So yeah, that one turned out pretty chill. Let's see if I remember how to save tracks on this, because that has also been a while since I've done that. All right, shift load, save Varilla, and then from here, I'm going to create a new folder on my compact flash card. So yeah, it seems like my naming convention here was just PROJ, PROJ2, 3, and then 7 stars a song as well. So I'll do new. I think I have to go to root new. Nope, I have to do it in here. Okay, new. And then I'll just call this PROJ4, I guess. I always forget where the P is. P R O J. Nice. Okay. And then now I can go into this directory, which is empty. And then we'll do save all programs and sounds, APS, do it with WAV, just in case I want to mess around with it on the computer. I want the higher quality sounds. Okay. And then yeah, it's going to save all the sounds, and then I have to save the sequence as well. There's 2 steps to it. It's a 2-step saving process. But yeah, while that's going, maybe I'll just play another beat on M8 here. Load up something here. What is this one? kick is super clippy. Sorry about that. Let me turn that down. Save the sequence, which is actually much quicker. Boom. And now it got saved. So I'll probably do one more on the MPC 2000 XL, get my reps in. So I'm going to turn it off and then turn it back on to basically clear out the memory. Yo, Alistar. What's up, man? How's it going? Nice. Okay, so yeah, that was our M8 intermission beat, which basically took the entire time to play that to save the project. So it worked out perfectly. All right, so let's get something brand new loaded up here. And I need some samples, so let's shop around for one of those. Maybe I'll check my loop folder, see if there's anything fun there. And we might get the copyright, but it's okay. I'm not sweating it. Yeah, we got a lot of loops in here. 67, what's going on here? See if I can turn this thing up. It's at FC volume. Wonder why it's so quiet. Maybe I'll try FD. I don't want to push it. Dude, Alistar says, just finished setting up a new studio. Built the most massive wall-to-wall, 3-tier high audio desk. Oh, that's cool. Gonna smoke some blunts and chill and listen to this. Dude, that's what's up, bro. It sounds like a pretty chill way to use your Saturday, or perhaps Sunday, if the time zones are different. I'm not entirely sure. It's not bad. Dude, this sounds like an MPC 2000 XL sample, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah. It's like straight from vinyl, yo. Yeah, it's hella quiet though. Let me normalize it. Right? Okay. And then, I don't know, I might pitch it up just to like, I don't know, record it in a little bit faster, I guess. Yeah, this sounds dope. All right, shift sample. Gotta change my thingy here. Mute this. So many steps involved. Nice, I think we got it all. Alistar says it's 21:33 here in the UK. See, I was close. It's almost Sunday. Yeah, it's 1:35 p.m. here, which would be let me do that in military time. 13 o'clock, 13:35 hours, 100 hours. All right, so I think we got this in here. We's about to keep that, and I gotta count it out. All right, so I think we can get away with two 16 slice chunks. So I need to split it in half and then I'll slice it into 16 parts in the way that I did earlier. Let me just dial in the start and the end point though real quick. That's looking pretty good. And then what about this one? Oh. Whoa there, Nelly. All right. That's pretty good too. Alright, so discard it. Do it, I say. And then now I gotta go to zone. Oh, I gotta change the name of this thing too. Let's call it LP. And then it'll put numbers at the end once I chop it in half, once I bisect it. And I'm gonna do zones 2. Because again, the max number of chops that it can set in on its own is 16. So I need to split it in half before I put those 16 chops in. Let's see if zone 2 starts at the right place. Maybe I need to bring it back. Let me check here. Shift. Oh, it's the end point. Whoops. Shift. Nice. So yeah, that sounds good. Pulled back. All right, so edit end of margin 0, because again, that's going to leave a little bit of space or maybe add extra amount to the slice. I'm not really sure. And then we're not going to create a program yet. Do it. Okay, so now we've got our two sample chops, quote unquote, which are basically just halves of the sample. So let's start with the first one. Do our little exclamation point here. And then from here, I could change the zone to 16 because I'm still in zone mode. I'm still in the zone. And then now let's listen to these and see what they sound like. It's not too bad. I'm telling you, the even slice, it kind of just works out on the MPC. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We're going to hit edit and we're going to do it. Create a new program equals yes. So I do want it to make a new program. Boom. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier when I was doing the other beat, these sample chops are destructive, quote unquote. So it is going to create new files for each of the slices. Not too bad though, because we can always use the original if we need to rechop it. And so yeah, now we've got all these different files. You can see why I put the exclamation point at the end, because now it just puts a number after them. 5, 6, etc. all the way to 16. And they're already on a program too, because I hit program yes. So we do shift program. And here they are. Let me do full levels too. Definitely got to pitch it back down though. So I don't even remember how many semitones I did. Let's just do like 80, I guess. Gotta take my time. I shouldn't rush this. Oh, that one was already done. Yo, Zombie City. What's up, man? How's it going? Yo, that sounds sick. I don't really know what tempo it is though, so I'm just gonna have to, dang, I wish I could just punch it in, but I have to record it in live because I'm not super familiar with how the step signature works on this thing. So let's just do that. Oh yeah, I gotta change the tempo too. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. 88 is what we'll guess. Not too bad. Alright, so let's do a slice drum break. Because before I did one shots and it kind of took a while. So we're going to speed run this one. Something like that. This one I think I'll have to pitch down, but I actually kind of like the sound of it. Oh my god, there's like so much. Wow, why is it so long? Okay, let's just get in a bar of it, or 2 bars I suppose. Make it a little louder too. Turn up the dry. Or I might not even need to do that actually. Let's take a listen and see. I'm gonna do my switcheroo here. Oh, I gotta go to shift sample. Turn it up a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I think I got that in time, but we's about to find out. Shift trim. Bring it in a little bit. Very nice. And how about on this end? Oh yeah, see, I cut it off right before that kick drum. Quick on the draw I was. Okay, close, edit, discard, do it. Yeah, they're definitely, yeah, quite the gem of some folks' eyes for sure. Definitely has a cool aesthetic and look, quite bulky as well. And the workflow is like a little bit challenging, but I feel like the ones that have like the JJOS, like those are the ones that are like really, I don't know, still kind of viable, I guess, to use. I mean, obviously you can make beats with anything that has a sampler and a sequencer. So where there's a will, there's a way. But yeah, I feel like those JJOS ones, like the MPC 1000 and the 2500, those are ones that are like, they're not bad in like a modern context, but things like these, sometimes they don't age as well. The workflow, I mean, not the appearance. They look pretty sick. It's got this like old school font and stuff, and the color's dope. All right, so let's go zone. I think 16 will do. So let's take a listen. Nice, I like that. So we'll do edit, slice sound, and then yeah, I'll create a new program as well. We can just have the drums live on that. Nice and quick. Okay, shift program. So I guess it would be on 2. Negative. Oh yeah, this is where it gets wonky. So it basically overwrote kind of the program 1 slot. Oh crap, and I called it loop instead of break. Oh dude, this is, we're not on a good start here. So yeah, this is gonna be the sample chops. And then we'll go back to program because you can have 4. So I'll do this one, number 2. Something in my throat there. And then for this one, we'll do the slice break. And I do think I need to turn the tempo down on it, or the pitch down on it. But I guess we'll just listen to it. All right, so -2 semitones sounds good. So let's do that to the rest of them. No choke groups on this, like I mentioned earlier, so you kind of got to just make sure it lines up well. And then yeah, I will also turn down the sample chops just so the drums sound a little bit louder. All right, turn off quantize. Probably gonna regret that, but that's how we're living today. Add in some ghost notes. See if I can move this a little bit later. Copy, put it on 6, I guess. Paste, do it. This one's super off too, so I'm just going to delete it and re-record it. Yo, Lo-Fi Andy, what's up? Oh, hey, Zombie City. Sorry, I missed your message. Yeah, the 2000 XL does not have JJOS. It is only for the 1000 and the 2500, from my knowledge. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I gotta look into it, because I could use an updated software on this thing, let me tell you. I think I have the latest firmware on this that Akai released in the year like 2007 or something. I don't know how old it is, but it's definitely antiquated. I will say that much. Alright, I'm going to try and record in this ghost snare. Might totally screw it up, but we'll find out. Overdub. Actually not too bad. I gotta bring the levels down on it though, so let's find it. Or actually, hold on a sec. Yeah, it's pretty chill. Okay, so let's find it in the ye old step edit menu. We're gonna go searching for it. There it is, 1484. And I'm going to do the velocity down to 60, I guess. I'll do 50. See how that sounds. Nice. So it's a little lower now. Sounds like a true ghost note. What else we got? Maybe I could do like an open hat. Yo, Gar Magnus, what's up, man? I think this will work. I may have to pitch it down, but that is definitely doable. So let's go ahead and sample it in. Okay, got to switch this and do this and do this. And we shall keep it. All right, shift trim. How we looking? Oh, dude, look at that nice slim waveform. What do you see when you look at this waveform? I see a banana. I don't know what you all see. All right, we're going to discard it. Nice. And then I'm going to name it too, because I forgot to name the drum break, so now the naming is like all out of whack, but it's all good. I'm going to call it OHT, open hat. Very intuitive. And we have to add it to our program. And all of these slots are taken. So I got to put it on page 2. Not a problem. And like I mentioned, I want to bring the tempo or the pitch down. And I also want to set it to gate mode so that it's not playing all the way through, because basically I want to only have it active for a little bit and then let off of it when the hi-hat comes back. So we'll do note off. And then let me change the pitch too. I feel like 2 is not working. Let me try, I guess we could just try it at the normal one. Okay, and then I need to change the track to, or maybe I don't actually. I can just keep it all on a single track. Normally I have the track split up by drums, so it's easier to kind of manage the sequence if I want to do a mute out like just to the snare or whatever. But I've kind of got everything on one track anyways, so maybe I'll just roll with it. And then I'm going to adjust the velocity of it too. There it is. So we're going to do, we'll try 80, I guess. And I'm also going to delete this other closed hat that comes after it. It's a little too quiet. Just have to make it a little bit louder. Where was it at? 50? 55. 2, 3, 55. Okay, so let's do 100, I guess. Nice. Sounds pretty chill. Dude, Samurai Chill. What's up? Sorry, I didn't see you in the chat. Been focused on this thing. Okay, let me get caught up here. Gar Magnus says, if you can't have a Roger Lynn signature on the box, a waifu sticker will do. That's how we do. We're on the same wavelength, Gar Magnus. I think you know what's going on here. Yeah, this thing, Legend of Zelda, that's what's up. And then yeah, Samurai Chill, what's cracking? Yeah, man, I've had this thing for a while, but I have never streamed with it before because it's kind of a slower workflow, so it's not as like exciting or interesting in my opinion. But it's super dope, and I do love using it, so this is a fun opportunity for me to break it out, see what's up. Yeah, it took me like 2 hours to make the first beat, so it's not that great, but I'm getting my reps in and learning again how it works. Alright, so I got the open hat. Could probably do some more interesting sample chop stuff. Yeah, so we're going to extend the pattern by kind of cloning it out, so to speak. So right now it's just 2 bars. So we're going to do another 2. Make it el cuatro. And then from here, I have to do this thing that I remembered how to do earlier, which is basically you go to edit, and then you do copy. And then I need to do copying 1100 to 2, 4, 95. So this is basically taking the contents of the first 2 bars for this track, which is the rhythm section, and then it's copying it to start on number 3. So basically it's taking the first 2 bars and it's going to put them in the second 2 bars. It's cloning it out, but you have to do it in this weird way. Do it. Okay, so now when I press play, it'll play the first half, and then the second half will, will just be the drums, and there'll be no sample chops. And then I can play something different in the second half. Oh, what the heck? Oh, it's set to, what you call it? Okay, track 1. trying to figure out the second half of this section. Alright, so let's try that. I'm going to turn the timing back on so I don't screw it up. And let's punch it in. Something weird happened here. Let me take a look. Maybe I'll try with timing off. See how that sounds. Oh, whoops. Gotta do overdub. Oh, I left it in. Not too bad. Alright, let's find some other 6 samples. Yeah, man. Yeah, making some music on the 2000 XL. Getting down. I feel like maybe like a piano or something that sounds sick. This could be an interesting melodic layer. It's a little quiet though. About to normalize it. Hit it with that normalize. Crunchy. Okay. I'll override it. So yeah, let's sample that in. Gotta mute this thing. Spicy. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Alright, we'll just keep it. It's fine. Shift trim. Dude, what I will say about the 2000 XL is this jog wheel, it feels so nice to turn it. It's got like such a smooth action. I'm telling you, this thing is nice. That's about it, because pushing these buttons is not fun. These things are like, you get a lot of double triggers and other stuff. That's what it is with old hardware. You just have to kind of deal with the idiosyncrasies of it and how it wants to behave and sometimes misbehave. All right, discard, do it. Sounds pretty dope. I'm just going to rename this like, I don't know, keys or something. I'm just going to call it key. K-E, where the heck's the E? Here we go. Call it key 1. Enter, close. And then now I got to add it to a program here. I guess we'll start working on a new one, drum 3. Keep it on note off for now. Maybe I could put an envelope on it. It doesn't do anything. Oops. Alright, do track 3. Drum 3. And I can do a, note variation. So this is a way to play things chromatically. Turn on. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, maybe I do want it on one-shot mode. If I put it on mono, will it choke itself out? Nice. Alright, so let's see if I can play something interesting here. It's too bad it's so loud. I don't know how to like turn the volume down on it. Program. I feel like there should be a parameter in the program screen that affects the volume. But there's like not. Definitely checked here earlier. Can make it quieter with a filter. And then there's this thing. Oh, you know what? Shift mixer. Boy, this is where you adjust the levels. I forgot about this. The mixer page. Nice and low. That's how we like it. Like that. not bad. Layer there. Let's see what else we got. Sure what I'm looking for here. Kind of a bell sound. Like that. Not for this beat though. Dude, spice up the rhythm section with some tambourines. Let's do it. Alright, gonna record this boy in. Have to normalize it. Nice and lo-fi. Just the way we like it. Oh wait, I gotta do this. Like that ambiance there. Okay, did it sound fine? Yes, it did. Shift trim. And there's the end. Just gonna eyeball it here. Discardius Maximus. Okay, zone. What's the chop situation here? Maybe I just not chop it? Let me add it to a program and see what it sounds like. Shift program number 3, which is the drums. Or it's not the drums. Shift program 2 is the drums. Let me rename it too so I don't get confused here. T-A-M-B or T-A-M-A, Tama. I gotta set it to mono, so it cuts itself off. Yeah, I might trim out just a section of it. Something like that. Oh, whoa. No, don't discard it though. Probably gotta bring the pitch down. Then we can do 16 levels as well for velocity. Simple like that. Oh wait, hold on a sec. What track am I on? This is track 4. What does track 4 do? Doesn't do anything? Alright, that works. So got a little tambourine layer in there. Rhythm section sounds a little bit more interesting. What else we got though? Drum roll. It's a little busy. Dang, this is super low. This might be another interesting layer to like the rhythm section. It's like bell sound. Let me crank it, see what it sounds like. Save a copy. Bring the volume down. Sounds like a snap or something. I think it's got a nice texture to it, so we're gonna sample it, get it recorded in here. Still pretty low. Should be good. I'm just gonna call this like perk or something, just so it's got a unique name. Can't really tell exactly what it is. PERC. Add it to the program. Add it to ye old program. bad on the snare, so I'll just record it in. Whoa, what did I do there? Take two. Shopping around. Maybe I'll grab a note from this. Haven't really done much on the low end, so this could be a good bass. Something weird going on here though. It's definitely doing things in the stereo field. Like I think the organ is on one channel and the bass is on another. Kind of just want that bass. So let me just crop it. I know I'm doing things on the tiny M8 screen, but it's all good. Save it in my test folder, so I'm not messing around with the original. Let's do mono mix L. That's the organ, so undo. Mono mix R. The organ's still there, but the bass is a little bit more prominent. And that's what's up. Normalize it again. And then, yeah, let's record it in. Oops, sorry, it's doubling for you. Beautiful. Shift trim. And tighten it up a little bit. Dope. And I'm going to call it bass. Where is the B at? Yep. BSS. And then add it to a new program, I guess. What's on program 3? Oh, it's got the keys. Nice. I'll do node off. Probably gonna filter it too. That's what's up. Dude, Griffin. What's up, man? Yeah, this is vintage gear. MPC 2000 XL. Circa 2004, maybe? I don't know. I don't even know what year this is from, to be honest with you, but early to mid 2000s, I would say, is what you're looking at with regards to when this thing was made. All right, so let me see if I can get this bass in. Whoa, what's this? Check my tracks here. Put it on track 3. Or have I done track 3? Yeah, I have. I'll put it on track 2. Do that 16 levels note variation and turn it on. Man, I have to filter it even further. It still sounds kind of wonky. Just get that sub bass. Get some resin on it. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to make it so loud. Mess around with this bass line. I'll figure it out though. But yeah, Griffin says, you ever made house with samples? Dude, I have not. But yeah, I've seen people do that before. Seems pretty fun. Yeah, it's kind of like hip hop, but just like higher tempo, because you can use like chords and cool drum patterns and stuff. But no, man, I've never made house music with samples before. Definitely worth trying out. Would you recommend doing that? Is that what you like to do? Make house with samples? Sounds fun. Alright, I think I got it, so let me try recording it in. I feel like I screwed it up here though. In 2, 4 or something. Yeah, it was this note. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this one's -2. Is that correct? Maybe this is the one that's wrong. That one's correct. Wow, these notes are really hard to find. Yeah, -10. This needs to be -20. Okay. Find something else here. Thinking about an electric guitar. Gotta find the right sample though. Let's get that recorded in because I like that. It's got a nice sound to it. The human voice is capable of many things. Okay, so let me mute this, switch this. Ah, shoot. You know what I should do is do the high pass filter on it. Since we don't have high pass on Lo-Fi 12 XT, so we got to do the work on this end. I think that's good. Sounds pretty good. Tighten it up a little bit here. Discard. Gotta name this thing too. Where's the B? VX. don't know if I want to put the gate on it or not. Let's just hear how it sounds. Like that. Oh crap, hold on a sec. I always gotta make sure I'm not like overwriting one of these tracks. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. What is unused right now? 7. Let's go to 7. There we go. Okay, so I got it. So it's pretty nice in the mix. I don't think I need to mess around with it further. Although I did wish this thing had like delay on it, because it'd be nice to put delay on those vocals. I probably could have recorded it in with delay, but it sounds like kind of a hassle, so I'm gonna do that. But yeah, Griffin's saying I sample and stuff through Logic Pro, but old gear like this looks so cool to me. It looks really complicated though. Yeah, it's definitely complicated. There's a learning curve involved. There's also failure of components involved. I mean, by the time you're using stuff like this and it's been around for like 20 years, like something's gonna be messed up on it. These buttons are pretty finicky. This slider just straight up doesn't work. So I don't know, man, it's kind of a trade-off. I would say if you do have the opportunity to get gear, or you want to enter the, gear space or whatever, to just buy something that's like new. This stuff is cool, but I do feel like it has its drawbacks, and at a certain point you want to like enjoy making music and have fun with the process. And if you're used to like using DAW, and then you switch to something like this, you might get kind of frustrated with it, just because the workflow is kind of quirky. But if you're into that and you like kind of like problem solving and working within these limitations, you might have fun with it too. But yeah, definitely if you're looking at gear, I would say try to get something new to sort of dip your toes in, especially because this stuff's kind of expensive too. And newer gear is like, it can be pricey, but there are some like reasonable options as well, like the Teenage Engineering stuff and Sonicware Lo-Fi 12XT and that sort of thing. But yeah, plenty of options, man. So if you have questions about gear and stuff, definitely let me know. We can rap about it. Start labeling these tracks so I know what's going on here. So 5 is the drums. Main screen, drum 5. Oh yeah. And I'll just call it drums. Call it DRM. S. There we go. Could have put the U in there, but I'm just too lazy. All right, track mute. What's number 6? It's like a perk. And then what is track 7? Oh, it's that vocal layer. Dude, hell yeah. This one's sick. All right, and I know track 1 is the sample chops, so we'll just call it loop. That is not the O. There we go. And then what is track 2? Bass. And then how about track 3? This is that like a Rhodes E-piano thing. I don't really know what to call this thing. Oh my goodness. Dude, typing on this thing is like takes me back. It's like when you had those phones where it was like the numbers or the numbers of the letters and you have to like type in the numbers as letters. That's kind of the vibe here. And I'm struggling. O, D. There we go. Okay. And then what else we got? I feel like we're almost done here. Oh yeah, there's track 4. What is that? Tambourine. Duh. All right, so everything's labeled, so that'll make it fun to do like mute outs and stuff. Bit here. This beat sounds tight. But yeah, Griffin says, this may be a silly question, but can you load sounds through a floppy disk on the MPC? So on this MPC, you can load sounds via the memory that you have inserted. So on some MPCs, that is a floppy disk drive. Sometimes it's a zip disk drive, which zip disk is like, it's like floppy disk, but it's way bigger. So floppy disk is like 2 megabytes or 1.44 megabytes. And then the zip disk can do like 100 megabytes or maybe larger. And then there's also other kinds of memory you can do too. Like I think sometimes you can buy like an adapter that'll do like SD card and stuff. This one in particular has a compact flash card reader in it, which I installed. So I can load samples off of the compact flash card. So there's a way to load samples using memory, but it's like, it's also legacy memory, so it's media that you might have a hard time finding, or it might be like, you know, on its last legs or whatever. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people's like zip disks and floppy disks have been going bad lately just because it's old media, doesn't last forever, and something wrong will happen to it eventually or whatever. But yeah, you can definitely load sounds off of whatever, floppy disk, whatever card reader it has in it. In fact, speaking of, Let's save this project so I don't lose it. So yeah, shift save, or you do shift load, click save, and then go into my root folder here, new folder, and then these ones I just call like projects, so just project 5 is what I'll call this one. PROJ. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Nice. Go in there. And then, yeah, we'll save the all programs and sounds with Wave. Actually, kind of takes a while to do that. So while we're doing that, let's listen to a beat on the M8 because it's literally going to take that long. All right, what do we got here? Bundles. I don't think we listened to this one. Finished. Nice. And then I'll save the... So that was the program, the sounds. I also have to save the sequence. It's much quicker though. Boom, it's done. And then, yeah, I'll load up a new project so you can see what that's like. So yeah, shift load. This song's pretty tight, so we'll do this. Alright, so yeah, shift load. Programs and sounds, replace it all. This will take a second. Yeah, this bass turned out sick. Kind of hard to program bass on the M8 too. Where's the bass track? Oh, this one. Yeah, look at that. It's difficult, but not impossible. Crunchy sound is nice. Yeah, if you're into the vintage sound, you might look into the Roland P6. Dude, that thing has like, it's got a way to like save samples in like lower quality, and it's kind of got that like vintage lo-fi sound without being like, you know, hardware from 20 or 30 years ago or whatever. So yeah, Roland P6 is pretty dope. Not very graceful, but that's how it goes. Do a little fade out there. All right, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this session. Yeah, I made a couple beats on this. Kind of took a while, to be honest with you, but this thing's fun. Using old gear is it's an interesting experience, and sometimes it gives you ideas for things to do on other gear you have. So kind of interesting to explore new workflows and figure out if there's something there that you want to take to a different device or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this session. Appreciate y'all sticking around, rocking out with me. Thanks for blowing up the chat. Gar Magnus, Griffin, Dude Babe, Samurai Chill, Lo-Fi Andy stopped by, Zombie City, everyone else. Dude, hope you all take it easy. And oh yeah, and then I have a video coming out tomorrow, which is about the Roland P6. So check that out if you're interested. It's about live performance and how you can do live input effects while playing live. So pretty cool stuff. But yeah, hope to catch you on the next one. But until then, peace.